Okay, friends, welcome. We're gonna start some storm chasing adventures this morning. It's nice early morning. It's 8 a.m. on July 12th, 2023. We're gonna be heading south down towards the Iowa City metro area where this line of severe weather is looking increasingly likely to move on through. And I just got a low pressure warning at my front right tire. So that's exciting. Hmm. Maybe we won't be doing this after all. See if it holds strength or if it just got low. Might have a slow leak. I swear I have some pretty bad luck with tires. 29 psi. The drop below 30 overnight. Well, I guess we'll keep an eye on that as we continue to chase some severe weather. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning just off to my south this morning. Pretty potent line of storm moving towards the Iowa City metro area. Far southern Lynn County, just barely. Lynn County, of course, where Cedar Rapids is. Looks like a pretty good gust of wind kind of coming down I-80 right now, heading towards Iowa City. Good morning, everyone. If you're just popping in the chat, appreciate you tuning in. We are heading south out of Cedar Rapids down towards the Iowa City metro area. It looks like things in Iowa City are going to get kind of interesting here in a little bit. So we're going to take a little peek down that way. We are tracking primarily a severe wind threat this morning. Might have to fill the air up in my front right tire quickly. Just got a low pressure warning up that way on my front right tire. It's not falling rapidly. It's gone up 1 psi since we started driving, so that's good. Our 419 card, checking Iowa. Last name, Daniel Romero, with the David and David Robert Motion, Mary Edgar Robert Motion, first name, David Union, Titan Fan, so the 40, and for people who made to so forth, she thanks and so forth. For record, Iowa, 29. So again, if you're just popping in, appreciate you tuning in. We're heading south right now on Interstate 380, I-380. We're traveling south through the south side of Cedar Rapids right now. Yeah, we're going to be heading towards the Iowa City metro area where things look to get a little interesting. We currently have a severe thunderstorm warning for winds of 60 miles per hour. Does look like a rear inflow jet is trying to kind of develop with it, so that usually means things are kind of intensifying. We're gonna have light stratiform rain pretty much the entire way there. County Police 20, they just recruited a new center storm line for northwestern Pasco County. 60-mile-an-hour wind up inside the I'm always kind of curious why the Iowa DOT signage here it doesn't show severe weather warnings. I always thought that was kind of interesting. I wonder if it's all because it was manually done, and if you have a lot of warnings, I can see how that's a lot to manage. So much. National Weather Response Here, Kentucky, Johnson, Washington, like, you know, 9 a.m. So we are about 20-ish minutes from Iowa City, so we'll probably be rolling into Iowa City right as this storm is kind of coming in. So once we get close to Iowa City, and as this storm gets closer, I'm going to be getting off of the interstate because you really don't want to be on the interstate during severe weather. It's just not a good time. Especially, in a busier time of day like we are right now. Johnson, Denver, Washington, but Iowa County until 9 a.m. After our high winds, or national weather service, pretty much. Okay, here. Oh, all right. And again, hope you're all having a great morning.
And I'm really big looking at it. So listen, I think that much anyway. Go back, cut that. We do. And to look back to cut that. Look on the something.
Look how it says Cedar Rapids Municipal Airport. I don't. Is it actually a municipal airport? I feel like it's bigger than that. Maybe I'm wrong.
Get you one. And get it. Working around it. And it's still okay then.
Traffic accident somewhere on 380. Off behind me somewhere. It looks like we just missed a crash on the interstate. Possibly hydroplaning or something like that. Who knows? It sounds like we just missed a crash behind me based on some of that dispatch going on.
14th Lee Avenue Northeast. Cross Street for Center Point Road Northeast of Janet.
And again, if you're just popping in, welcome. We are heading down to that severe thunderstorm warning. Um, I'm also running solo, so just a reminder that I cannot always monitor chat as we're driving. Just safety reasons. We'll try, when I get seconds, but not ignoring you guys. I just sometimes can't see you guys. So. We were in some pretty decent rain along the leading edge of this storm. Nothing too crazy. Not yet. The strongest part of the storm is still wells away here. I'm going to switch internet real quick to dual banding, which all right, sorry about that internet outage there. We just swapped to dual bonding with Verizon and Starlink just to make sure we maintain a stronger signal as we go through the heavier rain and all that. So we're going to be dual bonding with SpaceX Starlink internet as well as Verizon service to give us kind of optimal internet service out here.
Fire Center Point Ambulance. 259 Marion Road South Apartment number. For 67.
But right now, this storm is warned for the 60-mile-per-hour winds and less than severe hail.
Fire got down, fire grenade, grenade.
The problem with all this rain that's falling ahead of the main storm is you're not going to really get that good structure. You're not going to get like a really super awesome self cloud just because it's going to be so blocked by all the rain and cloud cover ahead of it. which is unfortunate. And you can see the rain that I'm talking about. I mean, it's pretty hefty rainfall here ahead of this line. But again, the strongest part of the storm is moving right down I-80 right now, moving right towards Iowa City. So we'll see what ends up happening here. The radar is going to be, in theory, sampling the storm quite well. I guess the whole shit is raining red hard. Kind of looks like the apex of that severe weather is going to be moving maybe like North Liberty. So I might get off actually at the North Liberty exit instead of going all the way down to Iowa City. I think the strongest winds are going to be just north of Iowa City. It's like North Liberty is probably about to get clocked pretty good. Yeah, gentlemen, I think taking that. You can kind of see why I don't like to be on interstates during severe weather because it just becomes kind of a circus. But I think I'm going to get off here. It kind of looks like the strongest part of the storm is kind of approaching North Liberty. So I think I'm going to pop off the interstate here. We're going to head into North Liberty. You can kind of see the shell spot off to the right here. Again, it's a little muted because of the heavy rainfall in front of it. But that's your shell spot coming in North Liberty. Focus, focus, focus. Serving a second routine right now.
I'm 34. This is past to what happened with Southwest and Royal Boulevard Southwest. For Tuesday class today, 30 Adam 36 houses, Adam 31 elements.
I'm getting more confident. I don't know.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's pretty menacing looking shelf cloud behind me here. I'm gonna might try and flip around real quick. I also don't want to really get trapped behind this thing. Pretty good shelf cloud. Pretty neat looking. I don't have all the fancy equipment to do, rear facing cameras and all that. I'm a simple guy. I think things are going to get kind of fun here in North Liberty shortly. I'm gonna let me see here. I'm trying to get a good angle for you guys. I might pull over here real quick. Actually, yeah, I might get out here. Being out here, I also have a shot list. I have a story I'm working on, so there's a few different storm visuals I'm trying to get here too. Come on, guys, it's green. Let's go. So I'm flipping around right here. Yep, shelf is here. Correct. 100 camera. Starting to get stronger winds now. We're starting to get that winds underneath the shelf cloud. Looks like the strongest winds are going to be about here. Right on 30. Just in case we're going to get a refusal on the second one. Thank you.
Before the show, one quick section.
All right, here we go. Strong winds moving into North Liberty right now. So they just issued a downstream warning, 60-mile-per-hour wind still downstream of here. Storm. Good rain. We really needed the rain, that's for sure. All right, pop in the chat real quick, and I apologize as I drive, really can't check in. Bored Stoner. First of all, your name's hilarious. Yeah, we got some heavy rain coming in right now. I did see the church. At least I knew about the church, sort of. I was looking at a map real quick, trying to find a place to stop. I didn't see that. But I'm going to keep going south and then probably chase a bit down I-80. Um, yeah, Washington, you got some alerts down that way. Hi, everyone. Hope you're all doing good. All right. And we got a green light coming up here. Lights are killing me, guys. Red lights are killing me. Looks like the storm pretty much passed through without much fanfare. I mean,
1.9 to 1.9.
Pretty good drainage. Of course, as I say that, good timing. Pop on I-80 eastbound, just for jollies. See what it looks like here. Low traffic. Kind of looks like that storm looked pretty good on radar, but had more bark than bite, it seems. So far, not really seeing anything in terms of reports of damage or anything. Even where we were, that was kind of probably where some of the strongest winds were, and they didn't look that strong. Maybe like 40 or 50 miles an hour. So far, so good. We're on the north side of Iowa City right now. We're going east on I-80. Might just kind of follow this along for a little bit, see if this thing kind of intensifies a bit, and then otherwise we might just double back and go back west. So there's kind of more storms coming from that way. It's like surprisingly the precipitation here like isn't that heavy. It's kind of interesting. It's pretty light given, what it should look like. Kind of weird. It kind of appears to be the only show in town right now in terms of a good storm. Um, the stuff that's kind of going on in southern Iowa kind of doesn't look as good either. It's just kind of the best looking thing right now. We're gonna start getting on the front side of it, so we'll start getting some heavier rainfall here shortly. A lot of brake lights here. It's kind of why I don't like chasing on interstates because it just can turn into chaos. Like we're literally like almost stopped on I-80 right now. Thankfully, everyone behind me is very much paying attention to what's happening. I got the Herbert Hoover exit, Herbert Hoover Highway, Triple H Highway. I'm probably going to get off on. I don't think I'd passed that yet. I think that's coming up here. We're going to get off on that and try and keep going east. They'll probably be going faster than I-80 in theory. Yeah, I think we're gonna take this Herbert Hoover Highway exit and try and get east. I think it might move faster than 80. 80 is kind of a circus here. It's like the strongest part of the storm is kind of moving into Tipton, the Tipton area here shortly. Gosh, the traffic is killing me. Why are we going 35? That's brutal. Oh, looks like this is actually closed, huh? Ah, man, it's closed up here. All right. Well, shoot. Okay. I guess we'll take 80. Man. Ah, I hate construction season. All right, we'll take this. We'll get off on the exit that goes north up to Tipton. I think that's Highway 38, I'm pretty sure. I don't think I'm getting ahead of this thing, though, at this rate, though, because Herbert Hoover Highway, I think, was my best bet, and apparently that was close. So, Construction zone, it's always kind of hard to trust the pavement too, how well it drains. Like in theory, it should be fine, but it's always so hard to really know. But we,
Going forward. Going forward. Stop redemption. And 1507. Silverado Road North is stolen. Stop streets are Android Road North. Lemon Court North.
so we're currently heading east on 80. We're gonna be heading up to Tipton, and I think that's where we're gonna leave the storm. We're gonna kind of come in after it goes through Tipton and see what kind of it does in its wake. Pretty good wind signature heading into Tipton right now. But this rolled through a pretty populated area, a pretty big metro. If you were in North Liberty, it rolled through the Iowa City, North Liberty, Tiffin areas, Coralville area. It's a pretty big area, a pretty populated area. And I've not seen any reports of severe weather whatsoever. Um, so again, might have a little bit more bark than bite. It doesn't seem like it's really doing a whole lot, despite its radar appearance looking pretty good. In case anyone's like wondering, like as I'm passing all these cars, like I'm not going like 90. Like I'm going 60. The speed limit is 70. There are cars that are like quite literally doing like 30 miles per hour. It's just such a dangerous thing to do on the interstate. Like the minimum is 45. That's usually what most interstates are, minimum 45. And I get it, you got to drive for conditions. But like at some point, man, it's doing more harm than good driving that slow. Especially when it's not even really that bad. Like visibility here is fine. I don't know. Maybe I'm just too old. I'm probably also, I'm used to driving in this. I drive in this a lot. Maybe that's just the old grumpy me. Yeah, pretty good wind signature moving into Tipton right now. That's in Cedar County, Central Cedar County. That's where we're gonna come in behind it, see what it looks like. I say it's moving, gonna be moving to Tipton within the next probably 2, 3 minutes. Looks like I can pop on Herbert Hoover up here. I think the West Liberty exit. About 2 miles, we'll get off the interstate. Either way, this is just really beautiful to see this rainfall, especially if it doesn't come without severe weather. If we can get just the heavy rain without severe weather, that's a big win for this area. Drought has been such a problem. I got a mile until we'll get behind these guys. Um, Drought is only getting worse. We're in that severe drought category here, so this is a beautiful rainfall for us. Unfortunately, it being a Wednesday, none of this will be reflected in the drought monitor that's released tomorrow. So that's unfortunate. So we'll have to wait a week to see how much of an impact all this rain's gonna be doing. All right, so we're gonna get off here, and then we're gonna just take a slight jog north before we go back east. We're just not going to be on I-80. I hate the interstates in heavy rain. With that said, it was actually moving pretty decent there towards the tail end. And not a lot of fanfare. Kind of shocking. Yeah, I've still not seen a single report come in regarding this storm in the last few minutes. So pretty chill. Again, there's really nothing severe behind us. Well, I guess we'll see what Tipton looks like here. We'll be in Tipton within the next 10 to 15 minutes. We have not had a lot of severe weather. We had a pretty active March, April. Things got off to a really quick start, and then May came around, and it was just dead. June, very dead. June is typically the most active month for severe weather in the state of Iowa, and I don't think I chased at all. There might have been that one day. I guess that was technically June, but even then, that was kind of a bust. Not a lot really happened. We had some warnings and stuff, but not a lot. I mean, it's been pretty wild. Just really how quiet the severe weather season has been. That's part of the reason why we have the drought that's as bad as it is. You typically, your severe weather events, you're also bring your heavy rainfall, those overnight MCSs, those big wind threats, but also rain hazards. Um, that tends to be, they go together hand in hand. And when you don't have the severe weather, you miss the heavy rain. Now, for the area, this is pretty much the ideal situation. You get the heavy rainfall without the significant severe weather. That's pretty ideal. The corn here is kind of fragile. We're starting to get to the point where the corn's getting pretty tall. It's pretty susceptible to strong winds, but it's also pretty late in the season. So that if it does get knocked out, if it does, have some problems due to the winds, there's that potential it cannot get, recover from that. That was particularly bad with the derecho in 2020. That was early to mid August, August 10th. At that point, we're looking at harvesting in the not so distant future. So when you're talking the corn get flattened, I mean, there was no recovery there. That's why the corn crop was just so devastated. It's because there was no recovery from that late in the season. Three crust on record in a lot of the area. Mississippi was the top three crust this spring, and now we're talking about it going. It's getting too low. There's some marinas and bars and things that depend on the river being high to get boaters coming in, and their docks are getting grounded because the water is so low. I mean, you're talking about a flip of a switch in a few months. That's just wild. Looking at a few businesses in Dubuque that are dealing with that. You had a flood of the Mississippi in high water around Memorial Day. And then now you're talking about too low water. You can kind of see the edge of the storms up there. Almost caught up with the front edge of it. But we're going to be going north here towards Tipton. See how the town handled things. See it's much brighter. If this was a different kind of day and some of the severe weather parameters were higher, This probably would have been a pretty high-end severe weather event. This is we're kind of in the pseudo rear inflow jet here, where it's kind of clearing out lighter rainfall. That's kind of what this would be, but the storm's not really that intense. So see how the corn here looks great. Rushed off this severe storm without much issue. The winds were the strongest a little farther north of here, so we'll see what it looks like up there. Looking at radar, you can kind of see this thing is kind of petering out a bit. Where does the phrase even come from? Petering out. I kind of say that, and I have no idea what like the origin of that is. Da, 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 da. Man, something just got struck like right behind me. That was like a no delay. Yikes. Yeah, we all seem to be chilling here in Tipton. Corn all looks good here. Really mature corn here on the left. It's good. And I really like this rainfall. Yeah, corn all looks good. This is about where the strongest winds came through, and it doesn't even look like much. Maybe we'll do a little. Little drive around Tipton just to kind of see what's going on, but it doesn't look like much is happening here. Oh my goodness. Big time work here in town. Yeah, looks like the town handled that storm pretty well. This area is no stranger to storms. They've been hit by a lot of severe weather over the years. That truck has its windows open. Ripping pepperoni. And even like all the construction signs are still standing. That's a pretty good sign that things weren't too bad here. It rain though. It rain on the curbs. Curbs are all filled pretty good with water. We're vibing here. We're in Tipton. Yeah, it's kind of expensive here. 344. That's normal gas or what? There's a story here at this fire station talking about clearing fire hydrants in the wintertime. Really nice fire department here in town. Really nice firefighters. Yeah, everything looks just fine here. So that storm, man, it really didn't want to do much. Kind of impressive, really. If you, like I said, you changed the parameters a little bit, that probably would have been a pretty intense storm, but just kind of refused. Well, the severe thunderstorm warning is officially donezo. I'm gonna call this truck real quick. Tipped in city crew just to see if he's heading somewhere. Little damage or anything. Again, I'm guessing probably not at this point, but let's see. Just to see.
Alright, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, he stopped, but I don't see anything in that area. All right. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, it's funny. My laptop about stacks. I never plugged it in. Subway open at 9:30 in the morning, huh? They do breakfast? Does Subway do breakfast? I have no idea. I'm guessing maybe. 344. Kind of pricey here. I'm gonna get a little bit though, at least. Top off a bit. Just to get back to Cedar Rapids, where it's a lot cheaper. You paid 315 yesterday. All right. Throw in a quick $10 or something real quick here, and then maybe I don't know what else to do here because not seeing much, guys. This town is pretty tame, apparently. Eh. Well, guys, pretty shocking. Um, the lack of severe weather with this thing. I'm really kind of surprised. Really was weakening as it came through here. Yeah, this produced apparently no reports like anywhere. I don't see any reports anywhere. Fascinating. All right, well, let's continue our journey. Oh, several Tipton crews. I'm gonna follow this one just to see what's going on here, just for jollies. Unless they're all just out here surveying, which is a possibility. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I think I'm gonna give up. Looks like we were chill. Oh, the umbrella, deck umbrellas, and even the trampoline's still in place. That's how you know. Deck umbrella though did not survive, so it was at least gusty here. I'm gonna stop right quick here, and I think we'll wrap up the live stream because there's not much happening here. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We tried. Best you could do. We tried today. Um, Thanks for tuning in, and have a great Wednesday morning. And we'll see you again at the next stream whenever severe weather decides to happen again. It does appear late July still wants to be severe. In the upper Midwest, around Iowa, maybe we'll get some more storm chances. Who knows? We'll see how things kind of play out here in the next couple of weeks. But have a great morning, rest of your week as well. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one.